Alright, so now I'm going to make a video of this home-built canopy or patio cover, roof, door, etc. What you're looking at there with all that aluminum and the cross pieces is the inside of the door. The toy hauler is closed up, and it's a aluminum frame. It's got some fairly thin, I think it's 1/4 inch corrugated type foam that was used as the door, and it's black, but I painted the outside white. We'll see that when I go outside. And it is held in place by these 4 hinges. Let's see, we have basically door hinges that I put into the frame. Okay, and you see some conduit that's going to be running down the side, and in the corner there's some fabric. That is the screen for, or that's fabric that's for the screen and privacy panels. So I'm going to go outside. We're going to open the door, and I have gas struts on this so that it opens fairly quickly and easily. So we'll do that from the outside. Alright, so we let the door down for the back ramp. This particular toy hauler had some clips on the back of the frame that we incorporated so that we could, let's see, I'll have to fix that. The wife hooked that up, but she got it backwards. So I incorporated these latches. Nope, the other way. Okay. Alright. So there's my ramp patio. Okay. I have a clip in it, and that's how easy it was to open. I was going to ask my wife to go inside and do that, but there's the gas shocks or gas struts working to assist it and open it up. And I'm going to go back inside or up onto the patio and put the clips in. Okay, so these cross members are just 1/2 inch conduit and stored up here so that they're easy to do, easy to keep in place. And I put some eye bolts basically through the floor that goes into. I'll get a close-up of that here in a moment. So that holds it up and keeps it up for wind. And now we have a roof, and it's wide open, fully accessible. You can see some the things that I have to have in my toy hauler in order to use it. And there's a way there, but okay, so there's the door, patio roof up. It comes down just a little bit as far as that opening is concerned, the thickness of those hinges. So this is all that interferes with gas struts that picked it up quite quickly, and now it's got a roof on it ready to use, except we want to have a screen porch on it. So here I've got conduit. It was nicely stored, and I've got 3 bags, each one holding a panel. passenger side panel. There's the driver's side panel. Pull out the driver's side panel. Use this piece of conduit. Let's see. This is the inside for the driver's front. I think, oh wait a minute. Now, so the first thing I did, I just realized I have it upside down. Okay, so let's turn it right side up. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so there's a pocket for this to go into. So we're just sliding it into that pocket. Once it's in that pocket, this goes up, slides in here, sits over there. This is held in place by magnets right now. I suppose it could be held in place with a different type of securement if you wanted. And there's that. Now I've got four more pieces here. Back, bottom, back, top, driver. We go out here. And we feed this into the bottom. Same way we have a pocket is on the top. And this goes in and projects out the other side. Let's see. I need to undo the zippers because let's see, we're in the right spot. Okay, we're going to get this to come out the bottom of that. And it goes into a tie down that I mounted there. That's what keeps the bottom of it in place. And there's a tie down out here that holds the back in place. So now the winds can happen and it won't interfere with anything. This is passenger side. Oh, now that I've got that up there, got some clips that I use. Pick these up at Home Depot, and that'll help hold it in place. Passenger side's the same way, and again I picked up the bottom instead of the top. Grateful that these are stored where they are ready to use. So normally this is a little bit quicker to do because my wife would be helping out. But she's helping out by holding the camera this time. Okay. So again, into a clip there. I'm going to bring it down into a clip here. Spread out. And the same thing would be here. We'll go ahead and, I'm not going to go ahead and put the zippers on, but that's how that would go. Another piece of pipe, we've marked it for passenger side bottom. It would go into the bottom the same way that did. And in and amongst my parts, I have two of these crosses. These crosses here. So when the cross comes in, let's put, that's passenger side. Well, this is back. Okay. Put the back in. So normally the wind would be blowing this, or could be blowing this around, causing some issues. Let's see. This appears to be, where's the top or the bottom? There I am again. This is the top. Let's see. So again, these are marked. Back top. Similarly, goes into a clip that I put on here. Okay. I'm gonna take the video outside, or I need to go outside because the bottom's got to be put on. So, we step out here. The bottom of our tent cover in place. Again, there's a pocket here for this. Okay, so now I go over here in this corner. You can see that I have two conduits that come together. Okay, and this is going to help hold down the bottom. So that's where this cross comes in. Put it into there. Put it into there. And once these zippers are down, that prevents this cross from shifting out or anything. And then the same thing would happen with another cross over here. I am going to go ahead and put the whole thing together. Let's see, are we on the right side of the... Let's see, we need to be inside the cable. Okay. We're up here to put this. Probably can't see because of some stuff I've got. Thank you. And back to this corner here, where again, right here there's a tie down that the conduit slides into, keeps it from shifting. That goes in if the zippers were in place. That would hold it from going anywhere. Okay, so I've come back inside. We've got hooks to hold it up. If it were all zippered up. If it were all zippered up again. Hooks to hold it up. Let's see. Okay. So, now we want it to be a screen room only. There's these camping buttons. That can be used to take the screen down, or the privacy panel down. Okay? So essentially that's what we've got. This is our screen room, privacy room, extension room, patio, and here on the joint between the two, I took a 2x4 and made it just the right width so that it closes here. I had to trim it down. It was 3.5. I had to trim about 1/4 of an inch off, relieve here because there's a screw that sticks out. So now I've got a transition that goes between the two. Okay, so some close-ups of some of the things that we kind of brushed over here. We have got these clips here. These are hardware from Home Depot, intended to hold up construction work for conduit. I'll link to those in the video in the text below. I made a kind of a universal joint here that's pop riveted to the frame at the right position. So hold it at the position that I want it to be, and that comes down to same thing here, a joint that goes through and holds it. There's the bottom of the panel to keep the breeze from blowing, and this is got 2 zippers on it, one for the screen and one for the panel, and it's just held in place by magnets. I have these super strong earth magnets that'll hold it up really, really tight. These clips, these pipe hangers, 2-hole pipe hangers, I've used those 6 places, 2 for each one, holding up the outside there, across the top. There again, there's 2 of them in place here to hold up the conduit. And back over to here, the gas shock, or the gas strut, which is mounted here. And it's really low profile. We can't see the other end of it because it's here. It's probably about it. I mean, pretty portable. You can see how long it took it to set it up, but by myself it's much quicker with 2 people. There it is. Now, if I were doing this again, I would not use this material that I used on the door. I wouldn't have to have any of this internal framing. All this would not be there if I made a poor man's fiberglass foam core panel, which essentially is what everyone knows that these doors are made out of. The toy hauler door is made out of a foam core with a sheet of plywood on each side, and then treated for whatever surface they want it to be. In this case, it's got the black traction, and on the outside, of course, we've got our smooth skin. So I would use foam core. I go to Home Depot and pick up that pink foam, and I would just make a panel that fits inside of my frame because nothing is going to be on it, and put a whole bunch of paint and glue and painter's cloth, drop cloth, cotton drop cloth on it. There's PMF, poor man's fiberglass videos out there that would show it. That's what I would use for that. I purchased both the screens and the privacy panels from Wayfair. They made a room that basically fits onto a 10 by 10 dining canopy, a pop-up canopy. And so I took it and resized it. You can see here that this is put at an angle because the roof is not quite as long as the outer door is. So I had to put things at an angle and kind of custom fit them in. So, and then shorten it, put the zippers in the proper locations because these were about 10 feet wide. I only needed, what, 6.5, 7 feet to do that. So that's it. I bought a bunch of these buttons off of Amazon and made it so that, again, we can easily drop those screens. You could also remove them from the bottom and just roll this up and tie it if that was your preference. The other, again, if I were doing this again, here's a change that I would make. I would not get and make the screens first and then add the privacy panels. What I would do is I would buy the privacy panels, the screens that they sell, and you get 4 of these. It's like $50 you get 4 of these panels, either the screens or the shade panels to go around your pop-up camper, your pop-up dining canopy. So I would buy a set of the screens, privacy screens, shade panels, and I would make the entire thing out of shade panel, okay? And then I would add windows. Here I've worked with my YouTube University to figure out how to add a canopy, a window in a tent. And so I would just add these windows to it. So what I would have is a solid panel all the way up and just a screened window on each of the 3 sides. Pick a size and make it that way. So it would be simpler. I salvaged out my aluminum for the door frame, for the framing. It was a carport here locally that had blown over and gotten all bent the heck up, and there was several panels or several pieces of it still usable. So here I've got these panels that are about 5.5 inches wide, pretty super duty, which makes for a solid gusseted corner. It doesn't shift. But you could also go down to local supplier and pick up some aluminum extrusion to fit your needs. Get some angle or something. And door hinges, you can put a piano hinge in if you want. To seal that gap at the top, I haven't done anything yet. This is not a wet camper, a wet event. So I haven't done anything with that, but I could put a piece of foam up there to close it off. So thank you for watching. Or if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do about answering them. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. So this little clip here is how I keep the door in place for transportation. I only need the on the one side, and I put that clip on the outside because the toy that I carry is in the way of this side. It's not centered. I can't get to the corner from the inside, so I put that clip on the outside. It just makes sense. You can see how my wife opened it up so easily, and that was why. So, and there's the panels. You can see they're wrinkled. They're thin, subjected to the heat. Again, I would use poor man's fiberglass method to make a foam core door that would go on to that. So, all right.